So the first question is, why do you even take a loan from a government bank when there are so many private options? Don't we all know that government banks are slow, they will take much longer to sanction a loan? Yes, we all know that government banks are lethargic, they will make you run around for the loan process. But the thing here is, when you're saving an overall of 2 to 5 lakh rupees on your interest rate and processing fee, won't we all be okay with a little delay, right? So this video will detail you about the products of government banks for abroad education loan. We'll talk about their loan features, we'll talk about the complete acceptable programs, the eligibility criteria, everything, and we'll also let you know how to get the loan done from a government bank in less than a month. Hello all, this is Damini, co-founder of WeMakeScholars, India's largest education finance platform. So we started in 2015 with funding and support from Government of India, and we help students with scholarships and education loans for their higher studies abroad. Hence our videos are the most trusted source of information than watching some random vlogger. Even though we share the information through these videos, but if any bank staff denies accepting any information which we have shared, then we are just a call away. Just call us and we will speak to the bank staff and solve it for you. That's how confident we are on our information. Loanflix web series talks about everything about education loans, and this particular episode is going to talk exclusively about education loan from government banks. So in this, I'll talk about the product and loan features of loans from government banks, such as the loan amount, the acceptable countries, programs, courses. I'll talk about the rate of interest, processing fee, then I'll talk about the repayment terms, and finally I'll also let you know how to apply for a loan to government bank and how WeMakeScholars team can help you with the entire process. Let's start. All government banks have a separate abroad education loan scheme. For example, SBI has Global Advantage Scheme, Bank of Baroda calls it Baroda Scholar Scheme, PNB calls it PNB Udan Scheme, Canara Bank has IBA scheme for abroad education. So the first thing when you are applying for an abroad education loan is to know the scheme which you are going to apply under. Now let me talk about the features of each of these schemes. So at the moment, all these public sector banks which I mentioned, which is SBI, BOB, PNB, Canara Bank, offers you only up to 7.5 lakhs without collateral, and for any amount above that, they require a collateral. But very soon, some of these banks, of course I cannot share the names because it is an internal news, are going to launch a product of 40 to 50 lakhs loan without collateral for top 150 to 200 universities globally. But right now, there is only one public sector bank which has a 40 lakhs non-collateral loan product for overseas education, that is Union Bank. And again, that is only for a selected list of universities which is available with your WeMakeScholars financial officer. Now, whenever such a non-collateral product is launched for other public sector banks, your WeMakeScholars financial officer will be the first one to know. So stay in touch with your financial officer to know such product updates. Now, talking about the acceptable programs and courses, all government banks will consider degrees like bachelor's degree, master's degree like MBA, MS, or PhD or postdoc. But if you're going for a program like UG diploma or PG diploma or a certificate program, then you need to talk to your WeMakeScholars financial officer to see which banks you might be eligible for, because not all government banks accept such programs. So when it comes to courses, all government banks will accept courses in STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, mathematics, or in business fields such as MBA or MIM kind of programs. But when it comes to courses like aviation, CPL, pilot training, or medicine programs like MBBS or nursing, not all government banks will accept such programs. Some banks like Bank of Baroda funds aviation programs only if the student has completed UG and now going for a pilot training, but not after 12th. And banks like Canara Bank fund such programs, but only for a selected list of institutes. So if you're going for such a program, you will have to talk to your WeMakeScholars financial officer before they give you any solution or choice of bank. If you haven't been assigned a financial officer yet, you can request a call back via the link mentioned above. Government banks accept only major study abroad destinations, and here is the list of acceptable countries. It includes US, UK, Canada, Australia, other countries like Singapore, Japan, Hong Kong, New Zealand, and most of the European countries are also acceptable by government banks. For all the countries which I didn't list, such as South Africa or places like Dubai in UAE, a special approval has to be taken, which can take up to a month because a lot of people in the hierarchy has to give a consent. If you're applying for your loan through WeMakeScholars, our location heads take care of such approvals with the respective bank authorities. So you must apply for your loan through WeMakeScholars only. And I'm repeating again, all our services are absolutely free. We are funded and supported by the Ministry of IT, Government of India. The rate of interest in government banks is always lower than the private banks or NBFCs. So if your goal is to get the cheapest best education loan, then look nowhere else but government banks. So as of today, the rate of interest for top universities is 9.25% and for other universities is 10.15%. But the rate of interest keeps changing every month with RBI repo rate, so make sure to check the latest one when you start your process. There are some concessions as well, such as 1% reduction in rate of interest if you pay full simple interest during moratorium period in some government banks. So make sure you're aware of these concessions as well, because bank staff won't apply it by default. Your WeMakeScholars financial officer will also let you know about these concessions when you start your loan process with us. So the processing fee for all government banks is either 5,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees. And in some of the government banks, the processing fee is 100% refundable also when you take the loan disbursement of minimum 20% of the sanction amount. Please note that in addition to the processing fee charges, there will be certain other charges as well, which are common for all collateral-backed loans, whether you take it from a government bank or from a private bank. These charges include property insurance and mortgage creation charges, and it can range anywhere between 10,000 rupees to 50,000 rupees based on your state laws. Coming to the last thing which you need to know is how and when to repay your education loan. Now, in all education loans, there is a grace period which is called as moratorium period or repayment holiday. Now, all government banks gives you a moratorium period of course duration plus 6 months or 1 year. Now, once your moratorium period is over, that's when your EMI starts, and then you get up to 15 years to repay, which is the highest in the industry. Now, the best part about government banks, which makes it the preferred choice for most of the students, is that the interest payment during moratorium period is fully optional in government banks, which means it is totally up to you whether you want to make any payments while you are studying or you want to make it only after you are done with your study. But whereas all private banks and NBFCs mandates it that you pay at least some amount right from day one, even while you are studying. I hope you're fully clear about the loan product and features. Now, the only thing you need to know is how to apply to government banks. So I published a video about 2 weeks ago which is fully detailed about the loan application process. You must check that out. But here is the summary. So to start your loan process, you can request a callback on the WeMakeScholars portal through the link which is given in the video description. We are funded by the Ministry of IT Government of India, which means all our services are absolutely free and we can help you for applying for any government bank in India. Once you request a callback, a financial officer who has expertise for your city or state will get in touch with you. He or she will completely discuss about your profile and eligibility for various government banks. Now, once that is done, you make the choice of whether you want to apply to one bank or multiple government banks that you choose. Once that is done, the team will give the document checklist to you and will explain each document. After that, you collect the documents. Once the document collection is done, the team schedules your appointment with the nearest branch, so you go there and submit the documents as hard copies. From here onwards, my team will be regularly in touch with the bank staff. They will push your file for sanction and they'll also keep you posted in case there is any further documents required from your end. Now, until sanction, your financial officer will help you. Now, once the sanction is done, you will be assigned a dedicated post-sanction officer who will take all your queries with respect to loan disbursement or repayment for the next 10-15 years until you close the loan, even while you are in the foreign country. That's it. I hope this exclusive video about government banks abroad education loan was useful. I covered all the important details about their acceptable countries, programs, loan amount, all the product and features. And I'm sure this information will be very useful for you when you're weighing your options of loan. My last 5 years at WeMakeScholars has taught me one key thing. That is, every loan file is different and it has its own complexities. So it's always advisable to have some hand-holding when you're going through this phase of your study abroad journey, right? WeMakeScholars team plays the role of a mentor as well as of an assistant in your loan process. So do apply for your loan via WeMakeScholars. I'm sure you will get the much needed guidance at no cost. That's it for this video, and if you found this video useful, please hit the like button and do share it with your friends and colleagues, and you must subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of my future videos. Bye bye for now.